got a few miles on this trip now so far, and I've been noticing that the exhaust filter seems to regen around 30% or so. I haven't paid attention that closely to know exactly when it starts to trigger, but every time I look at it, it's like 20%, then 25%, then 30%, then I go back to the other screen, and then I come back to it, it's like 0%. So it's obviously regenning somewhere, 30, 35%. Hopefully this time here I'll actually pay close enough attention that I can catch it. But yeah, so that's interesting. I would not have known that on the 2022 because there's no gauge. Just going down the Kootenai Pass here, got the trailer. Trailer's like just under 5,400 pounds. Got it in manual mode, just letting her hold back in 8th gear. Engine brake says doing 48%. There, 47. I mean, it's actually doing pretty good. So, coming off the Dodge, which feels like it's got a stronger engine brake. I don't know. Like, it actually doesn't seem like it does here. So, I mean, I just popped it out of manual mode there for a second. Let's just bump it down in here and see what it does. I haven't hit the brakes at all. I mean, it's not like I'm holding back much weight, but it's still something. I'll touch the brake, see if it does anything more. Nope, not really. But yeah, I'm not complaining about that. Be interesting to see what it's like with a heavy load. I mean, I'm only 2,300 RPM, and it's holding back super good. So, not bad. Yeah, I just bumped it up to 8th there. So, I'm averaging about, right now, saying 16.8 liters per 100K. The overall is like 14.8 or something like that. I was down to 12.9 for a bit. And when I filled up the first tank empty, heading out to Alberta, I got from Vancouver Island all the way past Calgary, basically to Red Deer. I filled up there. I think it was like 140 something liters. I'd have to go back and look. It was like 18.9 miles to the gallon. And then on the way back with the trailer, I was kind of clipping along probably a little faster. It was like 16.6. So not too bad. You can see we got almost 3,000K on there now. Like a little bit here it will be. When I left it was under 1,000. So definitely got a few miles on it so far this trip. And yeah, truck's just running amazing. I mean, as it should, as I expected, but it's just so comfortable. I mean, I run this road a few times in my 5500 with the trailer, and it's a workout going up these hills. I mean, it does good holding back down the hills and stuff, like no complaints. But it does not have anywhere near the power that this does, that's for sure. And it rides like a tank, so it wears you out pretty good. I am really liking the truck so far. Idiot's best flying around these corners. Wet, slippery roads. Deer out there. Nice big buck. Okay, we're gonna see what this thing weighs with the trailer on it. I weighed the truck before. I got a bit of crap in it right now, so a little heavier. Up front's the same if I remember, 22, oh, maybe a little bit later, 2210. It was 2230 when I measured it last. 2220. Maybe I'm later, who knows. Rear is 25. Oh, I guess you can't see that. I should zoom that in. So 25. And then we'll see what the trailer weighs. I'm just pulling on right now. So the trailer is 2,030 kilograms, and then whatever I have for hitch weight. Not too bad. I'll make a video once it gets dark so I can show the headlights. So the Platinum trucks have the LED projector lights, so they actually corner, so they turn pretty rapidly and significantly when you turn the steering wheel, and then they go up and down too. So they're really bright, and they will actually make the whole corner, right? So instead of your lights being pointed off into the ditch, they'll be pointed around the corner as best that they can. I don't know if they're any brighter than the regular standard LED headlights. I think they're pretty similar. There's a little bit of a weird pattern to them. It's not anything that interferes with, you know, your vision or anything like that. You can just see, just kind of like a chevron pattern a bit, just from the lens, I guess. I don't know. I never noticed that with the one on my Tremor, which is a 2022. I do notice on that truck that there's a little bit of a blue tinge to it. I think those lights might actually be brighter. I mean, both are extremely bright, so there's no complaints whatsoever with either of the headlights on these two trucks. And the Ram, I mean, it has the LED lights as well, and they're really good. I think the Fords are a little bit brighter though. I tend to get flashed a lot more by other people thinking that I'm high beaming them, and I notice like at night and stuff, they just carry the light a little further down the road and, you know, to the edges and stuff of the highway. Both are, you know, both trucks have really, really good headlights, but if I were to say one's better than the other, I mean, I think my 2022 probably has the brightest headlights, even brighter than this, but I'll have to do a side-by-side comparison and see what I think. Yeah, it's coming into Soyuz here. I should have been making this video from the top of the hill, but getting tired, wasn't really thinking about it. It's holding back pretty good. I put it in the manual mode a couple times there in some of the slower corners. But yeah, I mean, I'm definitely surprised the engine brake on this thing works a lot better than what I figured anyways. I mean, it's got to be 80-90% of what the Cummins is. Maybe it's even closer. Really hard to say. Coming into this one a little hot, but 44%. But it's working well. I mean, obviously, you know, I don't have much weight behind the truck, so it's not really getting pushed much. But I can tell it's doing more than the previous ones. Like, they've done some different stuff with the tuning here to improve it anyways, and the shifting as well. So, yeah. I'm definitely looking forward to hooking up, you know, 30,000 pounds behind this thing and seeing how it does. I know it's going to pull like a freight train, there's no question about that. But in terms of the engine brake, I think this thing's going to surprise me. I really don't think there's anything that the Ram does better than this. That's my initial impressions here. Like, it gives up nothing. And it's, you know, so far ahead of the Ram in so many ways that if the engine brake isn't quite as strong, it's made up for it in spades, you know, in power, comfort, the list is a long list. Yeah, it's almost boring. It's only 45%. It's saying there for the engine brake at the peak. So it's not even really digging in. But it doesn't need to. Like, I'm having to hit the gas because it's just slowing down too much. But you can see it just grabbed a gear there, gave it a little throttle, and it's like grabbing gears right away, which is nice. in the past, it would hold that gear far too long, right? Then you'd be like winding it out, 3,000 or whatever RPM before it would actually shift up. So that's nice. Like I'm in 9th and 30% engine brake there. That's visible on the camera. I am really impressed with this truck. Just grabbed 8th. It drops down to like 60 around the corner here, if I remember right. They're pretty quick anyways. No brakes, just tap the brake to get it to downshift, and that's it. I'm actually gonna have to get a little bit of throttle here. Yeah, there's a 60 sign, and looks like there was a deer there on the side of the road. No, maybe not. Oh, there goes an impatient driver. Lots of those around. Yeah, headlights are bright. It's on high beam right now. I'm not really able to notice the headlights steering at this speed, maybe because it's on high beam. When I'm going slow, like at residential sort of speeds and stuff, I can really notice it. But yeah, no, they're definitely bright. There's no question about that. I don't know if that's being picked up on the camera really well, but it's certainly not lacking in the lighting department here. Alright, I think I can actually show you the steering headlights here. Here, I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, maybe when it gets a little darker here. I'm stuffing my face with pepperoni, so midnight snack. I don't know if you can see that on the video, but I mean, I can see it. I'll go a little further up here. It gets a little darker, hopefully it'll show up better. They work well, really well. Okay, let's see if we can get this to show up. I think it actually shows up there. Yeah. I really like this truck. Like, I actually love this truck. And I never felt that way about either of the Ram trucks I've had. I still have my other, like my 2022 5500. I don't mind it, but it does give me that warm, fuzzy feeling inside. Like it's not a truck that I would miss if I didn't have it. When I sold my 2019 F-450, like I've missed that truck since the day I sold it back to Ford, and I regretted it. So now I have this truck, and it's like, yep, okay. I remember why I like that truck so much, and this truck's even better. Like it's just phenomenal. So I'm tickled pink. Like I'm really, really, really happy with it and how it's performed so far. Like, I mean, I obviously haven't towed heavy with it, and I've said that a few times, but like I know these trucks. I know what it's gonna do. I know what it's like to tow heavy with the 5500. I know what it's like to tow heavy with the 2019 F-450. That thing was a beast. Like, it ran circles around the 5500 in terms of pulling power. It didn't have, the same holdback with the engine brake, but whatever. Like, at the end of the day, like I really like that truck. So yeah, I'm on high beams now, but yeah, the headlights are bright. I'm sitting in my tent, looking at the moon. Sitting in my tent in the back of the truck. Yeah, there we go. That's the truck box side. There's the moon. It's nice and windy. Just perfect. Alright, well, time to get up in the tent in the back of the truck. Alright, well, good morning. I am going to be on my way here shortly. This is where I slept. Works really well, actually. So yeah, here's the trailer I'm hauling. Horizon 22 foot tilt deck trailer with 2 10K axles. Tow's really nice. Nice toolbox underneath there. I haven't actually really looked in here. Oh yeah. Oh, there's keys for it and everything. Nice. Yeah, winch plate, toolbox up there. Mega toolbox. Yeah, definitely is that. Got one of their dump trailers. They do a real nice job. Yeah. Max cargo capacity 15,665. Here we do things a little differently. Whatever you can put on the truck gets subtracted from the trailer. So I believe that's rated for the axle, like the gross axle rating minus the weight of the trailer. So that works out like that trailer is like 5,300 and change. What does it say here? Yeah, should be a good trailer. But anyways, I gotta get my stuff packed up and hit the road. All right, and we are off. Only a couple hours away from the coast. I'll be home and the trip will be done. There's a bit of a sundog right there. Get that through the trees. Yeah. Lots of tracks in the sky. Usually there's forest fires after that. No joke. Things get really hot. So, I don't know, it must be pretty cold up there. Maybe a high pressure ridge building or something. And yeah. Maybe take a little bit of video of the scenery here. It's a nice drive through here. Number 3, Crow's Nest Highway, between Princeton and Manning Park, on the way back to the coast. Definitely a wicked highway for semi-trucks and stuff, like heavy loads, especially if you've not driven it. It can definitely be a doozy. Lots of highways like that in British Columbia though. Lots of steep hills. Mountain driving. Definitely have to know what you're doing with a truck and trailer. Even with a pickup truck, you know, you're hauling equipment and stuff. A lot of people are having accidents, driving like idiots. Doesn't take much, you know, especially after, you know, weeks of dry hot weather. You get rain and you get all the pollen and the soap on the road from it. These are really slippery. I had that oh, where the heck was it, earlier in my drive. I can't remember what pass that was. One of them anyways, and people were passing me like I was standing still, going into 80 kilometer or 50 mile an hour corners, doing like 120 or 75, 80 mile an hour, like going in hard. And I was like, oh man, this is gonna be bad. Managed to keep it between the ditches, but it wouldn't take much. planning park sign on here. Good ski hill there. Went there when I was a kid. And people pulled over. Obviously sleeping for the night. Bigfoot lives here. That's what they say anyways. Lots of road work this year all over the province. Obviously not today because it's Sunday, but all these little chicky birds on the side of the road this morning. I haven't seen them like that since I lived up north. And I had a bunch of them just come fly up in front of the truck, like my big truck, work truck, and didn't think too much of it. Didn't think I actually hit any. And then on my next run down, because I was hauling from the mine, my next run down, caribou ran out in front of me, so I laid on the air horn, and then boom, feathers came out my air horn, so I scooped one up with the darn air horn. So yeah, little suicide birds just all fly out in front of you as you go past them. Well, I'm going to be staring at the ferry here in a second. I've made decent time. The truck with the trailer on, it seems to calculate its mileage on that. So it's got two separate mileage calculations, one for the trip meter and one for that. And it's saying 16.8 liters per 100K. I'll have to do the math for miles to the gallon and we'll let you guys know. But yeah, definitely very, very happy with this truck. It's done really, really well. I mean, I guess when you think about what a lot of people do with their trucks, like they don't always work them hard, right? So this trailer being 50, 300 and whatever pounds and change is probably, you know, pretty average weight for what a lot of people, like regular homeowners and stuff, use their trucks for, towing a little utility trailer or a boat or whatever. Like you wouldn't even know the things behind it. So yeah, we'll update you guys when I'm off the boat and back to the island. All right, just did the final fuel up there, like 16 something miles to the gallon. Filled up the DEF fluid, so that entire trip, I'll crunch the numbers and put it in the video here, but I just filled it up. It was 12.29 liters of DEF fluid for whatever that worked out to be. I've kept track of it in my fuel mileage app, and there's 622.9 miles to the gallon. My Ram, the best it's gotten is 479, is averaging like just over 400 miles to the gallon of DEF. So this is way better on DEF, which I knew it would be. The Ram has always been really hard. Even the other one I had was really, really hard on DEF. But yeah, not too bad on fuel and reasonably good on DEF fluid as well.